I was never a superstitious man. I don't believe in ghosts. I never saw a psychic, and I laugh at people who say they can feel energies. I'm the kind of guy who books cheap motels and never thinks twice about bedbugs or murder histories. I travel often for work freight logistics, long drives, late nights, but what happened to me in Fall Creek, Colorado? I wish I could chalk it up to a dream. I wish I could say I hallucinated it, but it was too real, too consistent, and it started with room 217. Arrival, off-season, off the map. It was late October. Snow hadn't quite set in, but the wind had teeth. I was driving through back roads between Denver and Grand Junction, and my GPS glitched halfway. No signal, no bars, just trees, empty fields, and a narrow 2-lane road. I found a place called Pine Shadow Motel, like it hadn't had guests in weeks, maybe months. The neon sign was barely lit, and only one other car was in the lot. The woman at the front desk barely looked up when I walked in. She was pale, middle-aged, and wore an outdated green uniform. Her name tag said, Doreen, greater than you want a room. Yeah, just one night. Cash only. $45. You okay with room 217? I hesitated. Why would she ask if I'm okay with a specific room? But I nodded. Sure, fine. She slid me the key, a real metal one, not a card, and didn't say another word. Room 217, The room smelled old, not musty exactly, but as if the walls had memories sealed inside them. The wallpaper was floral, peeling at the corners. The bed was a full, not a queen, and the headboard had scratches. But what really stood out was the mirror, an old rectangular mirror across the bed, slightly tilted, framed in dark wood. It didn't reflect right colors, looked faded, darker, and there was a tiny handprint on the inside of the glass. I tried wiping it, but it wouldn't go away. I told myself it was trapped air or something from years of cleaning chemicals. I was too tired to care. First night, the whisper around 2:13 a.m. I woke up cold. The heater was on, but the room felt off. My skin felt tight, like static was in the air. Then I heard it, a soft whisper, coming from the corner of the room near the mirror. Greater than don't. Go back to sleep. I sat up. Thought maybe the TV had turned on, it hadn't. Silence. Then again, greater than he still lives here. This time, the voice came from directly behind the mirror. I turned the lights on. Nothing. No one. The handprint was gone. Discovery, the next morning. I went to complain to Doreen, but the desk was empty. No one in the lobby. I saw a landline phone. Tried calling the front desk from my room, no dial tone. Curiosity got the better of me, so I checked online reviews for room 217. Nothing. Barely any mentions of the motel at all. But in one thread from 2018, buried in an old travel blog, someone mentioned a cold feeling and whispers in the mirror. Their post ended abruptly. That night, I decided to test it. I placed my phone camera toward the mirror, recording as I slept. What the camera caught. I didn't sleep much, but I left the camera running from midnight to 5 a.m. Around 3:44 a.m. The footage shows the mirror subtly shifting, not shaking. Breathing. A shape pale, then emerges behind the glass. It reaches a hand forward, but it never breaks through. Instead, the hand retreats and the mirror fogs up with a breath, spelling a word. Still here. I dropped my phone. The next moment, I swear, my closet door creaked open just a few inches. The final hour. I tried to leave, grabbed my keys, threw my bag in the car, but my car wouldn't start. Doreen finally appeared in the lobby. This time her eyes were different, glazed. Greater than he doesn't like being recorded. I backed away, ran. I ended up walking 2 miles, down the road to a gas station. I didn't tell the guy at the counter what happened, he wouldn't believe me. When I returned the next day with a sheriff, room 217 was sealed shut, windows boarded, door padlocked. Doreen was gone. The sheriff said that room had been closed for 6 years, ever since a guest committed suicide in the bed. Greater than name was Tyler Graves. Freight logistics guy. Found him in October. Alone. Grew up in the Pacific Northwest, where trees outnumber people, and the fog hangs low like it's hiding something. Oregon's forests are dense and cinctured and quiet in a way that doesn't feel peaceful. It feels Plan. Asterisk. This story isn't about a myth. It's not about a Bigfoot sighting or some campfire legend. It's about something that followed us in those woods and never truly let go. The plan. This happened in June of 2019. I was 19, and 3 of my closest friends, Jason, Marcus, and Liz, decided to go camping near the edge of the Siasla National Forest, far from the usual trails. We weren't rookies. We packed smart, had GPS, gear, backups, and all the "this could save your life" stuff. We wanted something isolated, wild, untouched by Instagram, as Liz put it. We found a clearing deep off a logging road. No service, no lights, just trees that seemed to bend inward the deeper you walked. First night, something missing. We set up camp, started a fire, and cracked open some beers. It was a good night until about 11:30 p.m. That's when we noticed it. The sound, or rather, the lack of it. No wind, no bugs, no distant owls or crunching leaves. Just nothing. You ever hear the forest this quiet before? Jason asked. Liz shrugged. It's kinda peaceful, honestly. But Marcus was frowning. Greater than. Animals only shut up when there's a predator nearby. We laughed it off. But the silence settled over us like a net. Every whisper sounded too loud. Every crack of the fire felt like a scream. Midnight wonder. At around 1 a.m. I stepped away from the fire to pee behind a tree. That's when I heard a giggle, light, feminine, close. I turned quickly. Nothing, just trees. Greater than Liz. I called, no answer. When I returned to the fire, they looked up at me weird. Greater than, dude, where'd you go? Jason asked. Greater than, I just took a piss. Like 40 seconds. Marcus checked his watch. You were gone for 11 minutes. Second day, the carving. The next morning, Liz found a mark on one of the trees near camp. A symbol carved deep into the bark. 3 vertical lines crossed by 1 horizontal slash like a tally mark, but ancient looking. We assumed it was old logging graffiti. Until we found another, and another. By noon, we realized these marks formed a ring around our camp. Someone's screwing with us. Marcus muttered. We decided to head back. Early, packed everything, and started hiking toward the car. That's when we realized the path wasn't the same anymore. Lost. The trail we'd marked. Gone. Tree notches. Vanished. Even the sunlight seemed wrong. We checked the compass. The needle spun randomly like it was drunk. GPS, no signal. Phones, dead. We weren't just lost. We were disoriented, like something had moved the forest around us. Jason tried to joke about it, but his voice cracked. We walked for 6 hours, following what we thought was downhill. Nothing. And then, just before dusk, we found something. Our own fire pit. We had walked in a perfect circle. The second night, voices. We didn't sleep much. Around 2:12, I heard something outside the tent. Footsteps. Soft, deliberate, circling. Then, a whisper. Greater than, you didn't ask permission. Double quotes. I held my breath. Liz clutched my arm. She heard it too. Then laughter. 3 voices. Low, raspy, mimicking ours. Greater than, I'm Jason. I'm Liz. I'm Marcus. I unzipped the tent just a little. There were shadows standing between the trees. Thin, long, watching, breathing, not moving. The clearing. When daylight broke, Marcus was gone. No blood, no tracks, just his pack. And the forest completely still. We screamed his name. For hours. Then we saw it just beyond the trees. A small clearing. At its center, a stone altar made of old mossy slabs, and carved on its base. The same tally mark symbol, except it now had 4 lines and 1 slash. Jason threw up. Liz cried. I ran. We didn't stop running until we reached a road, 2 miles from where we parked. The return. We reported Marcus missing. Police searched for weeks, found nothing. Not even signs we had camped. Then one night, 3 weeks later, I woke up in my apartment. There was dirt on my floor, and a new carving on my bedroom wall. 5 tallies. I moved to Chicago in January of 2021. The plan was simple: get out of my hometown, start fresh, take that new graphic design job, and rent a quiet studio where I could focus. Asterisk, the apartment was on the 5th floor of an older building in Ravenswood. Brick walls, radiators that hissed in the night, creaky floors. It was cheap, maybe too cheap, but it had charm. I didn't know then that someone else lived there too, not beside me, inside. Asterisk, first days it started small. My first week, I kept hearing ticking sounds at night, like something crawling in the vents. I assumed it was just mice, or the old pipes, but then the ticking turned into tapping, and the tapping into whispers. Asterisk, greater than she's listening. Asterisk, always faint, always around 3:17 a.m. Every night I'd sit up, heart pounding, staring at the vent near my bed. Nothing. Asterisk, the voice. Asterisk, I recorded it once just to prove to myself I wasn't going crazy. Played it back in the morning at 3:17, clear as day. The whisper came. Asterisk, greater than she shouldn't have moved here. Asterisk, I stared at the waveform on my screen. It had spikes, real sound. I called maintenance. The guy came, unscrewed the vent cover, shined his flashlight inside, looked around, shrugged. Asterisk, greater than nothing's in there. It's just empty ductwork. You hear the neighbors probably. Asterisk, greater than I don't have neighbors. On that side, I told him. He just shrugged again. Greater than the building's talking to you. Asterisk, he smiled, but he didn't mean it as a joke. The letter. Asterisk, 3 nights later, I found a piece of paper pushed through the vent slats. Asterisk, yellowed, ripped, with a message in shaky handwriting. Asterisk, greater than cover your mirrors. Never sleep with both eyes closed. Asterisk, don't listen to him when he says your name. Asterisk, I freaked. Called my friend Ellie, who lived 2 blocks away. Asterisk, she came over. We checked the whole place, nothing. She laughed it off. Told me I was sleep deprived. Greater than this city. Gets in your head. You just need rest. But that night, I dreamed of a man in the walls. The reflection, the dream felt real. Asterisk, in it. I was lying in bed, staring at the vent. Then the whisper came. Asterisk, greater than Sarah. That's my name. I looked at the mirror across the room. In the reflection, I saw someone crouching inside the vent. Pale face, no eyes, just a wide open mouth. I woke up screaming, except I wasn't in my bed. I was lying on the floor right next to the vent, face down, hand outstretched, as if I'd been reaching in. Asterisk, the mirror, shattered. Hidden file. I dug into the building's history. Turns out, apartment 5C had been vacant for 6 years before me. Asterisk, last tenant, a woman named Elena Cruz. Asterisk, disappeared in 2015. No sign of forced entry. Her last voicemail said, asterisk, greater than, he keeps whispering, he knows my name now. I see him in the silver. She was never found. Final night, I made plans to leave. One more night, I told myself, then I'd crash on Ellie's couch. Asterisk, but that night, he came out. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the radiator clanged once loud, then silence. Asterisk, then a hand slid through the vent. Thin, grey, the fingers too long, I couldn't move. Greater than Sarah. Open your eyes. But I already had. And he was inside the room. Asterisk, I remember what happened next. Aftermath. Asterisk, Ellie found me the next morning, passed out. Eyes open, face pale. I moved out the same day, but now, even in my new apartment, every night, at 3:17 a.m., I hear a faint sound from the wall.